We are anonymous. No faces. No flakes. No permission slips. Donald Trump just torched millions of your tax dollars on the most humiliating disaster in modern history. A ghost town state fair where even his die-hard MAGA fans fled mid-speech. And the entire event just literally melted down, following a catastrophic power outage. As you are all likely aware, Donald Trump is currently hosting a so-called Great American State Fair in Washington, D.C., an event supposedly designed to celebrate America's 250th anniversary. Yet in typical Trump fashion, everything that could have possibly gone wrong has gone completely disastrously wrong. And we are not just talking about metaphorical failures here. We are talking about a literal meltdown, not just a collective realization of, oh, this is a terrible event and nobody is going to it, but a physical, electrical, and literal meltdown. We are here to expose the truth behind Trump's big birthday party too, as some are calling it, and break down every single catastrophic failure of this monumental grift. Let us begin with the opening night. Donald Trump stepped up to the podium to deliver his grand speech, fully expecting a massive, adoring crowd to show up and worship at his feet. They didn't. In fact, Trump's speech was so agonizingly dull that it was literally putting the few people who did attend to sleep. But the humiliation does not end with a pathetic turnout. On top of the fact that nobody showed up, the people who did attend actually left in the middle of it. His very own die-hard supporters, people adorned in bright red MAGA hats, walked out while he was still talking, while Trump was on stage making absurd, fabricated claims, boasting.
Largest producer of oil and gas on earth, larger than Russia and Saudi Arabia by far combined. And under my most favored nation agreement on drug prices, we are delivering the largest reduction in drug price history with price differences of 400, 500, and even 600%. Who would think that if you took down 0.5%, somebody said you were...
Speaking of abysmal attendance, this ghost town phenomenon is not just happening at night, even during the peak hours of the day. Absolutely nobody is attending. Footage of the fairgrounds shows a completely desolate wasteland. The areas where people are supposed to be swarming to Donald Trump's big America celebration are completely empty. There is no line whatsoever. They have all these heavy-duty metal barricades set up to control non-existent crowds, essentially just corralling thin air. Perhaps they are expecting ghosts. Another piece of evidence, a screenshot pulled directly from a live stream of the event, reveals the same depressing reality. Some might say they are shocked at how the few people are at the Trump State Fair, but we are not shocked in the slightest. We all could have easily predicted this. It is nothing but empty grass. Another point of criticism centered on the overall atmosphere of the fair. Observers noted that many displays, merchandise booths, and decorations prominently featured Trump-related branding and MAGA symbolism. Supporters viewed this as natural because Trump was the host and central public figure associated with the celebration. Critics argued that an event intended to commemorate the nation's 250th anniversary should have emphasized broader American history rather than one political movement. Reporter Ben Brash noted on Twitter that the lights keep turning off and then power back up in one of the food tents. His post included a video of the flickering lights, adding the stark observation that the daytime crowd here at the America State Fair is light. Adding insult to the literal injury of the blackout are the extortionate prices at the food stalls. The blackout completely ruined the food court stuffed pretzel rolls, which were absurdly priced, ranging from $12.48 to $24.96. Workers told USA Today that after the power finally returned, there was a devastating 30-minute wait before they could even attempt to heat up additional rolls. Furthermore, according to the outlet, the only food stalls that managed to stay open at the beginning of the festivities were gouging the few attendees who showed up. $23 for a turkey leg, $20 for a single cheeseburger, $20 for a giant Western sausage, and a staggering $9 for a simple drink of lemonade. Of course, the sparse crowd that does materialize is entirely comprised of the deepest fringes of the MAGA base. For the most part, the only people attending this America State Fair, which is heavily polluted with MAGA symbolism and endless references, Donald Trump's political movement, are extreme loyalists. Take, for example, One particular attendee captured on video. We barely even need to describe him because his words speak volumes about the cult-like mentality of this movement. In a recorded clip, this man states,
Dream is, I hope, I'm 66 now. I hope at the end of my life, if I live a long life like my father did, he made it to 93, I hope as I'm on my way out, the last great thing I witnessed in this country is President Barron Trump. No, forget it, King Barron Trump. King Barron Trump.
they completely ignored the reality of their broken event. Ultimately, the controversy surrounding the Great American State Fair illustrates how deeply polarized American politics has become. Nearly every aspect of the event, from attendance and speeches to food prices, technical problems and visual design, was interpreted through competing political narratives. For supporters, the fair represented a celebration of America under Trump's leadership. For critics, it became another example of what they view as Trump's tendency to prioritize spectacle over effective execution, whether remembered as a successful patriotic celebration or as an organizational disappointment will likely depend less on the operational details of the event than on the political perspectives of those evaluating it. Like many high-profile events in modern American politics, the Great American State Fair became not only a public celebration, but also another battleground in the nation's ongoing political divide. We are anonymous. Thank you so much for watching this transmission. We do not forgive the grift, and we do not forget the lies. Expect us